Hey gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey, and this is the recently updated 2025 Hyundai Tucson in the top limited trim. Hyundai was nice enough to fly me out here to Los Olivos, California to test and drive this new version of their hybrid bestseller. And in this video, I'm going to show you everything that's updated and take you on a quick drive. Stay tuned. All right, gearheads, we're gonna go to our old format for a little bit here with this Tucson here in Southern California, because I have a very limited amount of time with it, because we have actually created 5 videos for you while we're here. So hit that subscribe button down below and ring the bell so you don't miss any of that content. Starting under the hood of our 2025 Tucson Hybrid Limited all-wheel drive. Yes, I think I got all the qualifiers in there. It employs the 1.6 liter turbocharged hybrid 4-cylinder, making 231 horsepower, 271 pound-feet of torque. If you followed our channel for any length of time, you know we recently tested a 2024 with the 2.5 liter naturally aspirated, and that was just a little on the anemic side. The power numbers are definitely better on this, but they had us driving through windy mountain roads, and well, we'll get more into how it drives as soon as we hop behind the wheel. This does have the HTRAC all-wheel drive, which is completely transparent and does not need driver involvement, unlike the new all-wheel drive Chevy Equinox, which requires you to push an all-wheel drive button whenever you want traction to all 4 wheels. And it mates to an 8-speed automatic in non-hybrid and a 6-speed automatic here in hybrid trims. In what was perhaps my most popular video from the New York Auto Show, I showed off them taking the wraps off this 2025 Tucson, and the #1 comment is, it's the same vehicle. Well, seeing these side to side with the 2024, it clearly isn't. They've reshaped, redone the front end of this one for a very thorough mid-cycle refresh. They wanted to emphasize the width and the presence of this vehicle. So those DRLs have changed shape. They've been wider outset from the center of the grille, and the overall design has been cleaned up a bit. We do still get a dark Hyundai H badge there in the front. We get our divorced headlights. We get some aero pass-throughs here for better aerodynamics, because the EPA rates this hybrid at 35, 35, 35. We have seen about that on our mix of highway and mountain roads. So very impressive fuel economy figures from this hybrid. Coming down to the wheels and tires, we get a nice design. One of the things that they've updated to the vehicle are the wheels and tires. You can see this unique design for the top trim limited, wrapped in Michelin Primacy all-season tires. These are 235/55 R19s, which give it a nice classy look. As we pull around to the side, nothing has really changed. They've kept it the same, but they did describe this as the Rook on a chessboard, really emphasizing some of the muscular design lines taken from a horse. And I can say in the first design sketches, I can see it definitely got watered down, but I do like the muscular and athletic front and rear fenders, all the creases that make this very distinctive. As we come around to the back, an interesting feature that does still carry over for 2025 are the very low mounted turn signals in this. The brake lights are on the sides of the hatch, but your turn signals are down in the bumper. I do like this design on these LED brake lights and running lights, but I kind of wish that our blinker were up there, because in East Texas, a lot of vehicles are very tall, and I don't know that you're going to see those blinkers way down low. Center side exit exhaust down there, very low mounted hatch open button, but does allow you into a very nice, very roomy back end. I'll go ahead and put the numbers on the screen here, and you can expand that by folding the seat down with these latches here on the side. I really like that a whole lot, just to give you even more cargo space down here. If that still isn't enough, I'll go ahead and move my backpack here and show you we've got a dual level sliding floor. So you've got a false load floor that you can drop down. Of course, my backpack decides to come with us. You can drop down, and now you have more vertical height in which to store items. So you can see there the difference in where it was and where it is. It does take away your flat load floor from your back seats, but it is a very nice additional bit of space back here. We also get a little bit of power from a cigarette lighter style jack. Otherwise, not much changes back here. Same overall body design, body shape. It was simply a mid-cycle refresh. So same power hatch and all of the features back here. Moving to the inside, I do want to say we have passive entry here. So you just have the key in your pocket, your purse, wherever, and you pull on the door handle and unlock it. You can push on those 3 lines and lock it. And I will note that is only on the front doors, not the back. Once you get inside to the Top Trim Limited, you have these Napa leather seats. You've got seating material here on the door, cloth here. I wonder how long this is going to stay white. A little redesign to the door panel. You get memory seats up here, all your window controls with a little bit of gloss black here. Multi-way seat controls, very comfortable seats, but same design as the outgoing model. We'll go ahead and pop in from the warm air outside and talk about the big change here. So they got away from that dual cockpit design with the waterfall here in the center and have gone with the more traditional Hyundai dual screen layout here. So we have 2 12.3-inch screens for your digital information, driver information system, and your infotainment system. One thing they called out that we have here on the screen is baby mode. You have to go through many screens to get to it, but baby mode reduces the brake input from being as sharp and forceful if you are trying to park. So you can very politely park your vehicle if a baby is asleep in the back, and it reduces the throttle input from being too jerky right off the get-go. But you can take it out of that and put it in any one of these drive modes from here. You also get a drive mode selector down here, though baby is only accessed through your My Drive mode here on the center cluster. This is the new infotainment system with the new screen layout, so very nice. And then another addition, volume and tuning knobs and HVAC knobs. So where you used to have push controls, Hyundai listened to their consumers. Now we have knobs for all of that. We have heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel. These are all still touch controls, but they're quite snappy. The things you need most have been given physical controls. I like that a lot. Here we get some eyeballs watching back to make sure I'm paying attention to the road ahead of us. We get a head-up display up there that is just like all other Hyundai products, tells you pertinent information. We've got a little bit of storage down here, which is really nice, rubberized. We get USB-C. We get a Qi wireless charger right here, which is very nice. It's rubberized. We get a decent sized center console, a couple of cup holders here, great for holding cans of water. Get an additional storage shelf here, which we did not have on the old model. Good sized glove box. It's stamped, but not lined with felt, and decent storage in the door. All around, very good storage. Coming to me, fairly good headroom, even with the panoramic glass roof above us. No complaints here from me. I'll go ahead and pop out and go to that back seat and sit behind myself at 5'10". Before I climb in, I do want to talk about these seats. They do recline. This is their most upright feature or setting, but there is your recline handle. I'm going to go ahead and climb in with them as is. And yeah, this isn't all that comfortable. You're definitely going to want to recline a little bit, but there is just so much room back there behind me that you're really not sacrificing all that much. Very comfortable back here. Very good leg room behind myself. The competitive set that they targeted with this vehicle, this does have best rear seat room, and that is sales leaders like RAV4 and the like here, but very nice rear room back here. Get some air vents on the back of the center console and 2 USB-C ports right there. Pull down center armrest with a couple cup holders. And yes, very good headroom, even with the glass roof up above me. But now let's hop in and see how this thing drives, because this is the first hybrid I've actually gotten behind the wheel of. And like I said, we called that 2.5 anemic. Is this 1.6 any better? Setting off in the 2025 Tucson, they've moved the gear selector, much like the Ioniq 5 and 6, onto the steering column to free up all that space that I showed you in here while taking a tour of the vehicle. So I like that a lot when it comes to interior configurations, though I feel like they could have done a little bit more, maybe given us a bridge and an underpassage here. I'm not quite sure, but very nice setup here. I do like the Qi wireless charger. It gives you a tri-level indicator here of what it's doing, showing you that it is actually charging. Okay, a lot of conversation has been made on this video on previous Tucson reviews from us here on the channel about the 2.5 being a bit anemic, sub 200 horsepower, sub 200 pound-feet of torque. That is not the case here with this 1.6 liter turbocharged hybrid 4-cylinder. I'm going to go ahead and put us into sport mode as we pull out into traffic here. I'm going to make sure we have a clear opening, and yeah, let's take off. Okay. Yeah, it is definitely better than the 2.5. That is for sure. A little peppier, a little more eager to do what I ask it to do. It has made it to a 6-speed versus the 8-speed in the 2.5. So there are a little bit of differences there, but I do feel like this is a much peppier engine powertrain combination than the 2.5 that we've spent quite a bit of time in. So I really do want to get a second date with this vehicle. This really is just a speed date to see what they've changed for 2025. And like I said, my first hybrid version. We have driven this thing 161 miles today, and we're averaging 34.4, which I would say is pretty impressive. We've left it running for the HVAC controls. We've gone up and down windy mountain passes. I've seen up to 40 and I've seen down to the mid 30s, but I can say 34.4 is right on par with the 35, 35, 35 on the window sticker of this one. It's a very competent vehicle. It's very comfortable. I will say, going down all those windy mountain passes, I didn't get a lot of body roll. Yes, you get some. It is a crossover. It's higher center of gravity, all that stuff that you know from physics class. But it generally handled it quite well. I did not get car sick as a driver or a passenger. Handled the very curvy mountain roads quite well. Going up, it was straining. It was at higher RPMs, but it was doing the job just fine. Again, I would like to get to spend a little more time with it. It is a smaller engine, even if it is more powerful. Talking about visibility out of it, very nice. I do have 360 cameras in it. I've got nice big windows all the way around. Mirrors are in good placement. They haven't really changed any of that. It is still solid. The price has gone up some. I would think we're somewhere around $43 for this one as it's equipped. It is a very good option in the segment that is getting ever more crowded with refreshed, updated competitors. They do have an XRT version that goes up against the new 2025 Sasquatch equipped baby Bronco, the Bronco Sport. We've got the new Chevy Equinox that I recently tested here on the channel. So there are more and more updated competitors in this segment. And this just being a mid-cycle refresh means they listened, they updated the things that needed to be updated based on consumer feedback. So take that as a word of advice. Hyundai does listen to their consumers. They listen to feedback about what works and what doesn't, and they make the changes where necessary. That is about all my time with this vehicle on this quick speed date. If you want to see more from us, including some other vehicles we drove on this very trip, hit the subscribe button down below and ring the bell so you are notified when those videos drop. Find us on all social media channels: Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, you name it, it is all at GT Garage Talk, or you can go to gtgaragetalk.com. But as for me, in the 2025 Hyundai Tucson Limited all-wheel drive hybrid, until next time, gearheads, bye.